Your brother's will says for you to succeed him. Also, read the rest yourself. The condition to inherit President Tajimi Shizuya's company is that you marry me.
What? I may have never truly realized how fragile life is until now. Just 1 year ago, a person I had laughed and conversed with until just 6 months ago passed away. Tajimi Shizuya. He passed away from cancer at the young age of 29. He was my brother. Brother. The reality hasn't sunk in. The fact that my brother is gone still feels like a story to me. Something that hasn't truly hit me. The funeral was over, and after stepping out into the lobby, my eyes were drawn to one woman. Who is she? She's beautiful. Is she crying for my brother? Maybe his girlfriend? My brother ran a company. Many people attended his funeral, and there are few who are visibly crying. That's how much she was loved, I suppose. But what will happen to that company now? The funeral is over, and a week has passed. We've gathered at my family's house. It seems they've found my brother's will. Several regrets are read aloud. Delete the computer without checking it. I understand that feeling well. Then, the matter of the company is announced.
Your brother's will says for you to succeed him. Also, read the rest yourself.
My mother hands me the will. Huh? No way. Me? The president? Anyway, it's late, but my name is Tajimi Ryusei. I'm a 27-year-old freelancer. Actually, I may be about to become the president of my brother's company due to his will. But what's it mean to inherit a company? The will says I should ask a woman named Naka Satsuki about it. Honestly, I'm not really interested in inheriting the company. I'm just going because of the will. I don't even know what kind of company my brother ran. And when I go to the address given by the GPS, I'm surprised. Huh? This place? Renting a whole floor in such a prime location. They must be doing well. On the 7th floor of the building, I see Tajimi Imported Furniture Co. written. There's no mistake. No way. My brother was successful all along, even though he was excellent back in school. We used to volunteer at welfare facilities a lot in school and had many conversations. But after we both started working, we rarely saw each other except during the New Year, so I didn't know. Anyway, when I go inside, I'm greeted by a woman who bows respectfully.
Are you Tajimi Ryusei? Welcome. My name is Naka Satsuki. I'm temporarily acting as the interim director for now.
Oh, so you're the one. I'm Tajimi Ryusei. My brother.
If you'd like to talk, please have a seat first. This way.
As I lift my head, she guides me with a wave over her hand. Wait, wasn't this the woman crying at my brother's funeral? I briefly thought about it, and I followed her lead into the president's office. So this is where my brother worked. I looked around, feeling somewhat sentimental, but it's clean and well kept. Even after his death, he was clearly well loved by the employees.
I've made tea. Since it will be your company now, please take your time. I see.
Satsuki places the tea before me and, placing her hand on her chest, says with determination.
The condition to inherit President Tajimi Shizuya's company is that you marry me.
What?
Please marry me. Then, Ryusei-san, you will become the president of this company.
What is this woman saying all of a sudden? My mind momentarily stops, trying to process her words. I would like to decline.
Wait, what? You just said what?
Well, I wasn't really interested in managing a company, and I'm not sure about getting married like this. Why would I have to marry someone I've just met to inherit the company?
I can't. That's outrageous. Please reconsider.
Satsuki's face gets closer, and her eyes widen. But my decision doesn't change. I don't have to inherit it. Someone else will handle it just fine, so I refuse.
You can't refuse! Please reconsider!
Is this one of those infinite loop choices?
Ugh, this is getting annoying. You came here because of your brother's will, right? Are you going to ignore his wishes? The stock inheritance is also set to pass to Ryusei. You have no choice but to inherit it. Otherwise, someone shady might take over. And the employees your brother cared about will be left stranded.
Satsuki says, her words firm. So, this is her true self. She was playing nice all along.
I didn't think you'd be this kind of person. You're supposed to be someone more.
I look at her, still troubled, as she tried to act strong while crying. What did my brother tell you? About this, I don't know. I sigh deeply. I'm sorry, but there's someone I'm interested in right now.
What?
Satsuki's eyes widen in surprise. Well, I suppose it makes sense. It's only something I feel in my heart right now. I told you I'm not interested in management, right? She's a freelance coworker of mine. And with the condition being marriage to you, I have no choice but to refuse, right? Eventually, I go home, planning to talk later. Well, I said what I had to say. There's no going back now. Anyway, it's strange to inherit a company on the condition of marrying a specific person. Brother, why did you want me to succeed you? Why this condition? Shall I work? Tomorrow's shift. I wonder if she'll come. Good morning, Hinata-san.
Good morning. Let's do our best today.
The next day, I meet my crush at a part-time job event. Hinata is also a freelancer, but we both do part-time jobs to supplement our living expenses. She's so cute today too. After yesterday, I had already made up my mind. Yes, I was going to ask her out on a date. Now that I had declared it to Satsuki, I needed to take action. Excuse me, Furukawa-san, are you free the day after tomorrow? Next Saturday?
Saturday, you say? That day I have a wedding for a senior from high school.
Oh, I see. What am I doing? Saturday. I had no desire to stay home and work, so I ended up visiting my brother's grave. Should I give up on Furukawa-san and take over the company? Even if it means an unwanted marriage? Brother... Of course, there's no answer. If I don't take over, and the employees end up really suffering... No! Why should I feel responsible? It was suddenly thrust upon me. I didn't want this. I already refused.
I didn't mean to cause this much trouble.
When I turn to the sound of voices, I see Satsuki and the young couple standing there.
I never expected to meet you here. These are two of our employees.
You're visiting brother's grave?
Is there any other reason I would come here?
I see. It seems my brother was really loved by his employees. To think they would even come to visit his grave. Then, she invites me to talk a little, and we head to a hill just above the cemetery.
I'm sorry for earlier. I was too hasty without considering your feelings.
She apologizes, her hair flowing in the wind. The other two are waiting.
But listen to this. This is your brother's. Shizuya's wish, my wish, the wish of the employees. Everyone wants you, Ryusei-san, to marry me and take over the company.
I lower my head, speechless. These words feel heavy. It's too much to bear. Why though? Why is this happening? I can understand my brother, but you all aren't even blood relatives. If that's the case, then why should you insist on me becoming the president?
Well, you see, there's something even stronger than blood. Our connection is that thing.
Huh?
But I can't say it outright. Your brother was quite cruel, and that's part of the will for me. He told me not to say anything until you remember or marry me and take over the company. It's a bit troublesome.
She gives a slightly mischievous smile. After parting ways with Satsuki, I find myself lost in thought back in my room. What the hell was my brother trying to do? This from just one will? What does anyone gain from this? I don't get it. Let's work. I wonder if Furukawa-san is around. Huh? What? You got married? We're both freelancers and part-time co-workers. We occasionally voice chat for information sharing.
Yeah, I'm a proxy bride at the wedding. I guess I'll be on break from the part-time job for a while.
What is that? Is some weird trend of marriage going around? Anyway, it seems I got turned down without confessing. The next day, I was in a daze.
Do you say so? Wait, what's going on? What language is that? I see. So you were turned down before you even did anything.
I moved to the cafe and ended up telling Satsuki everything in a rush. She offered to listen, so I asked her to help.
Well, it's not the kind of thing you should be saying to someone who wants to make a marriage work and take over a company.
I'm sorry.
Well, even if our positions are different, I hope you can understand some of my feelings. So, what will you do now? Technically, you're free now, aren't you? You can't pass up a beautiful woman like me who wants to marry you.
She looks at me, her gaze piercing, as though testing me. No, if I jump to another woman just because I got turned down, I'd be the worst.
You haven't changed. Really, you haven't changed at all.
Hey, is this the part where you laugh?
No. I was saying you haven't changed in the serious parts.
What does that even mean? It hit me with her comment. We must have met somewhere before, but where?
Oh, but I'm sorry. I laughed, so I apologize. Well then, here's a suggestion. Would you like to do a workplace tour?
A workplace tour?
Yes. I want you to see the company that President Tajimi Shizuya and all the people we care about built.
For some reason, I found myself nodding and agreeing. Well, this had been put off for a while, but there was something my family needed to do. That's right, we had to take care of my brother's belongings. I think he asked us to dispose of the computer without looking inside. As I began working, I noticed a photo on the desk. This takes me back. That was when my brother took me to the welfare facility. I reach for the photo and look at it. It must have been about 10 years ago, and a few memories come rushing back. My brother volunteered often. I went a few times, but can hardly remember the names of the people there. This college-aged woman must be Naka Yayoi, my brother's girlfriend. Naka? Wait, could it be?
Welcome! I'm so glad you came.
Well, of course I came. I promised. A few days later, I visited the company, Tajimi Import, for the workplace tour, as promised.
Anyway, welcome! As the name suggests, this is a company that imports and sells furniture from the US, Asia, and Europe. We primarily operate online, but if you want, we also take custom orders. The office handles purchasing, sales, and system management, while we have separate staff for the warehouse. We've been putting our customers first since the company was established, and it's grown steadily to this size.
Satsuki explains enthusiastically, and the employees seem energetic. It looks like a good company. However, I was observing the company from a slightly different perspective.
Well, I guess this is it.
After finishing the detailed explanation of the company, Satsuki relaxed just a little bit. It must be a source of pride for her, this company. Her explanation was filled with energy. By the way, do you prioritize hiring people from welfare facilities here?
Yeah, that's right. It's the president's policy, so no one feels inferior. Well, huh?
Wait! You spit on me!
Hold on! When did you notice? You should have said something you knew!
Whoa! Don't freak out and spit on my face like that! That was probably how unexpected it was for her to have me remember. I saw in my brother's room, he had treasured old photos on display. And those people I saw in the office, they were from the welfare facility, right? You wouldn't notice unless you pay attention, but their features and presence were still there. The young couple I saw at the grave the other day, they were kids in elementary school back then. I didn't notice. Satsuki, you were the girl who used to argue with me whenever we went to the facility. 10 years have passed. I never thought the girl who was so rebellious would turn into such a beautiful, mature woman. The sisters from the facility, she's the younger one, and her older sister was my brother's girlfriend. By the way, how's the Yayoi? Is she doing okay? When I ask, Satsuki briefly shudders and drops her face.
She passed away. Same cancer as Shizuya. It was a long battle.
I see. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I had no idea this happened.
I didn't tell you, did I? Shizuya never admitted it either. When my sister passed away, and then Shizuya, you know.
Hey, wait. Could it be the reason we need to marry and take over the company? At this point, the information fits together, making it easy to guess.
Yeah. It's the company they built together. My sister and Shizuya.
That's why my brother didn't leave it to just anyone. He entrusted to his own siblings, his brother and sister, to replace them.
So let me say it again. Marry me, and let's take over the company together.
Satsuki extends her hand with a serious expression, as if she's bearing the responsibility of making this happen. In fact, it probably is. Alright, I'll answer sincerely. But I refuse.
Huh?
Satsuki looks dumbfounded by my response.
Geez, after all that, how could you not agree to a happy ending? Hold on. I'll punch you in the face, so come closer. I'll wake you up.
And she clenches her fist. Is she serious? Wait, let me explain. Don't clench your fist. You're rushing it. Become the president, get married. If I accept both, there's no turning back.
Well, that's true, but...
Satsuki reluctantly admits, but it's clear she knows. Besides, I just got rejected and I have my own job. You expect me to switch gears suddenly?
That's true, but...
You're too caught up in the will. If we can't consider each other's circumstances, even if we get married, it won't work.
But I can't stay the temporary director forever. And the company, everyone.
That's why I'm saying not to rush it. It's the company's internal affairs, and even as a temporary director, there should be some time, right?
You're going to refuse, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll refuse. If it's about getting married because of the will, and taking over the company because of the will, then I'll refuse. There are surely many things we'll have to work out between us, so let's put everything aside for now and put it on hold. Can't we just enjoy our reunion honestly? I gently hold her hand. Yes, we haven't even done something as simple as this yet. If we get married just because of the will and without any feelings, I'll definitely regret it. We haven't seen each other for 10 years. First, I want to have a normal conversation with an old friend.
Do you say? Yeah, that's true.
After the discussion, Satsuki continues to manage the company for now. In exchange, I am working as a freelancer in the president's office. I was asked to show up every now and then. The employees are mostly from the welfare facility that my brother and Yayoi had helped. They don't blame me for not making a decision right away, and are watching over me.
Graphic designer, huh? That's impressive. Maybe you could apply that skill here, as the president?
Such an obvious recruitment! Well, I think the skills could be useful though.
Well, let's drink tonight.
You came again? Afterward, Satsuki started visiting my place often as a friend.
Shut up! I'm going to get you to fall for me tonight with my charm. Hey, don't laugh.
Don't tell anyone! And why do you know about my dark past? Was it my brother?
It was from my sister. Well, actually, it's from Shizuya. It's fine, it's cute.
We laughed together. This is probably for the best. From now on, we'll build a relationship. If we had married and taken over the company without going through this process, we probably would have been awkward with each other. A year and a half later, we entered a romantic relationship and got married. At the same time, I officially became the president. Well, it was tough, but it's going to be even tougher from now on.
Hey, do you say? Are you sure you don't regret marrying me?
No, I was about to say, but the MC took the microphone and raised her voice.
Now I will read a message from Tajimi Shizuya.
Huh? Ryusei, Satsuki, congratulations on your marriage. Knowing you two, I'm sure you didn't follow my will exactly. Ryusei probably rejected it, right? But if this letter is being read, then... well, it worked out somehow, and you're married. Congratulations. I genuinely wish you both well. The company has been passed to you. I won't complain about that. I just want you two to be happy. Live long for me and Yayoi. That's all. After the host finishes reading the letter, she hands it to us. Later, I learned that the letter was one that would only be open if I married Satsuki and took over the company. Jeez, leaving a letter like this.
Typical of Shizuya, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll proudly tell people someday. We lived happily, hand in hand.
Hello, Brittany here. That was a very bittersweet episode. I feel happy and sad at the same time. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure to like and subscribe and leave me comments because you know I love those. See you next time. Bye!